Here's my thesis. Relationships are egocentric. With relationships, I mean any kind of relationship. Family, schoolmates, colleagues, or even romantic partners. By using the term egocentric, I'm trying to describe the main drive behind any kind of relationship or the reason why we keep up relationships in the first place. I feel like the term egocentric has a bad reputation. It's in the same realm as narcissistic, self-absorbed, or ignorant. In the work of Piaget, who was a psychologist and genetic epistemologist, it is defined as the tendency to perceive the situation from one's own perspective, believing that others see things from the same point of view as oneself, and that events will elicit the same thoughts, feelings and behavior in others as in oneself. In my thesis, egocentric is defined as your own needs, desires and feelings being the basis upon which you show a certain behavior. Looking at the original Latin meaning of the words ego, basically meaning I or the self, and centrum meaning middle point or starting point or focus, this is a very plain viewing of the word and of the meaning of the word. Quick break. If you like this video, I would really much appreciate if you'd like it and subscribe and stay for more in the future. Now on to the next part of this video. On a basic level, relationships or social interactions make us feel good. It feels good to be with somebody else, so we seek it out. In this simplistic and very isolated view, it appears that relationships are really egocentric. We just want to feel good, therefore we seek to be with others. Even if our pleasure is derived from pleasing other people, in the end it's still about our happiness. Of course, this utilitarian way of looking at things is not realistic. The way we interact also matters. The example of deriving your own happiness from the pleasure of other people already shows this. In its core, seeking out and keeping up relationships is about your own happiness and might be egocentric, but the way you nourish them and the way you act in them can be in interest of the other person and can be centered around somebody else. If relationships don't contribute to our happiness directly, they are linked to it through other means. For example, my mama cared for my basic human needs, which made me happy. Another example could be relationships where you seek to gain knowledge or monetary opportunities. The happiness we derive from these kind of relationships is not because of the person or the relationship in itself, but because of some external goal that we seek to reach at some point. This is kind of a deal. We accept these kind of relationships of professional nature to gain something. These relationships seem obviously egocentric. Destructive or toxic relationships seem like they contradict an egocentric basis because we don't gain anything. But this rather alludes to the individual and subjective nature of an egocentric basis. Toxic relationships, for example, might provide ups and downs, with the ups provoking hope. And hope might just be enough to give you what you need, or something that makes you feel alive. The need for security may be very important to some people, and if a relationship, just because it exists, provides security, that might just be enough to give you what you need or to meet that need. Relationships may satisfy some needs in a way where others don't matter as much to you. It's individual in the end. With me deeming these findings to be true, I feel like my thesis is verified. Relationships are egocentric in nature. At first this made me sad, because I thought this meant every relationship is just exploitation. I made the mistake of giving egocentric a negative connotation. This is what I sought to avoid by giving it a more neutral definition in the beginning. Egocentric means one's own personal cravings acting as the main drive behind certain behavior. Categorizing relationships as egocentric therefore only means that you yourself are the basis with your urges and needs for any relationship that you seek. Egocentrism points to your perspective and your inner workings. What do I seek to gain from this relationship? Why do I seek to gain it? Why do I see this person to be fit to meet my needs? Realizing that relationships are egocentric means realizing that relationships are based on personal needs, on every side.